Navigate to Users by going to Settings and clicking Users in the Manage People subheader. You can add a user by clicking Add a User at the top of the page. Within this page, you will also need to add a username, first name, last name, email address, and password. If you're using LDAP or SSO, you will need to check the Authentication via LDAP or SSO checkbox on the right side. You will still need to create a password here in Astra, but when the user logs in, the system will check for their institution password and not the password created in Astra. If you are creating a local user that is not authenticated, you have the option to check Must Change Password Next Login for them to create their own password. Sync roles with LDAP groups updates a user's role to be the default group. If you want a user to be logged in via LDAP, but to have a different role than the default, you will need to make sure that this is not checked. At the bottom of the page, you can assign a role to the user. Users can have more than one role. It is recommended to have no more than 2 roles, as the upkeep of permissions is more manageable and tracking the permissions is easier when looking into only 2 roles. An example of a user having 2 roles is to give them an extra permission that another role does not have. If a faculty and staff role doesn't have reporting permissions, but a few users need to run reports, you can give a user a faculty and staff role and then a reports only role to give them the extra permissions.